This week on Women in Business, I talked to a woman who is not only creative. Anne Ngugi is an epitome of brilliant women who is juggling in the male-dominated industry that is contemporary and antique furniture production.
Furniture production is first and foremost male dominant. So you'll rarely find women in furniture production. But I mean, here we are.
Please tell us about furniture production industry in Kenya and how it's evolved over the past few years.
The scope is quite wide, but we endeavor in majorly custom making of furniture. So what happens, before furniture you just buy what is there. What you find available is what you buy. But people have become trendy, fashions are changing, designs are coming up, different designs. So it's easy to come up with something beautiful and carve something out of wood to create furniture that can suit any space that may be in it. So we have an array of catalogs where you can choose different designs, different fabrics that can suit your space, be it your home, be it your office. We match with the curtains, we match with the walls, and anything that you would want. So we'll produce as per what you want. Unlike before, you would just buy what you find. So you may not like it may not match with what you want, but it serves the purpose. Now it's not about serving the purpose, it is moving with the trend.
What are the most important considerations in any production of furniture, whether it's commercial or residential?
In furniture production, there are two factors that you need to consider. One, you need to consider the design. So you can either bring your own design. If the clients bring their own design, you can work with that, which they majorly get them off the internet. Or you could have an in-house interior designer who does the designing for you. Or if you can't afford an in-house designer, you can always work with an outside designer who comes only when in need. So with that, you can use, it's important to have a designer. And the designer can either do the pieces on their own, or they can sit down with the client and work out something that will help now in the production. So designing is the first thing. Secondly, you must have the materials. Are they locally available? You have them. If you don't have them, can you source them? So it's very important. You've got to know where to get the materials to produce a certain kind of furniture that the client wants. The other thing is the labor force. Do you have the labor force to be able to do that job? Because remember, it is not you who is doing the job. Yours is to go and bring the business. So you must have people in place who are going to do the production of the furniture. And lastly, you must have the location. So this is like a workshop where we are going to do the production. So you must have a workshop that has got the machinery. Because remember, also in furniture production, there are machines and other equipment that will be used to be able to produce a particular kind of furniture. So those are the major things that you need to consider when thinking about production of furniture.
Are there any favorite furniture styles that Kenya prefer right now or in the marketplace today?
It's interesting because the trends are moving very fast. Like every other time, we keep on having trends coming every other day, every other time. One thing that we have noticed that has stood out of late, we've realized so many Kenyans are looking into this new type of furniture that is very shiny. It's more of golden. If it's not gold, it's silver. So as a furniture person, you have to keep up with the trends. So you have to know how you're going to, in your production, how you're going to incorporate this, because this is majorly important. So you've got to know how to incorporate it in your furniture production. Yes. So I would say right now the trend is more of gold and silver.
What are the key specifics when producing any piece of furniture?
So when a client approaches you and perhaps what they want you don't have, we can advise the best thing that you can do is do a sample so that they can also have faith in you. So once they do the sample and they approve, now you can do the whole production. This majorly comes when it comes to the commercial kind of production. But when it's residential, I mean, that's when they can either buy off what you have or they can give you the design you produce. But when it's commercial, first you have to do the designing. Once you do the designing, you do production of a sample. Once the client approves, now you can continue with the order.
Does Kenya have all the necessary material for furniture production, and who are the local suppliers of some of these materials?
We do have some materials that you can source locally and some that you can't. So what you can't find locally, you'll have to ship. One of them being mahogany wood. That is what we majorly use, and that's what I would advise if you're getting into furniture business and you want quality production of furniture. Mahogany is the best. So when you're doing my production of furniture, we get our wood from mahogany. We get it from Congo. But if you're going to do softwood, that is pine and the like, that one you can source it locally. So we have some materials that you can source locally, and we have materials that are not sourced locally, you have to import. One of them being the fabric. Fabric, you can find them locally. We have companies that are in Kenya that do the shipping of that. So they sell, so yours is just to go and procure from them. Or you can decide to source for yourself and bring your own designs of fabric where they are unique. You will not find them with anyone, especially if a client is very specific on the kind of quality. So we can do that for you. Those are special orders where if you want to look unique and you do not want your production to replicate. So what you do, you can always organize for yourself and have your own production, do the design, send it out, have the fabric shipped in. Yeah, so it all depends with what is it that you're looking for, what is it that your client is looking for. Yes. For any woman who wants to start, I would advise you do collaborations with companies such as Glam Interiors and the like, where you can be bringing in your clients, or you can bring in your designs, they do the production for you, and then you deliver to your clients. So through that, you're able to get experience. Once you get the experience, now you'll be able to have your own production unit. And slowly by slowly now you'll be able to have also your showroom. The other thing that is very important are the legalities. These are the papers that are required to do the business. I mean, for any business, you need to have the papers in place. So ensure that you've got everything in place for you to be able to run the business.